Namaste. A warm welcome to all of you who are present here for this book reflection part 2 for the book reflection for The Inner Game of Stress by Timothy Galway. Before I begin, thank you to Jaya for giving me this opportunity to hold this space of learning and growing together. And thank you to Akanksha and Timsi for their effort and organizing this session. So before we start, let's know about the author. Since Chetna ji and Prateek have joined for the first time in this session, because session 1, they were not there. So just about the author, Timothy Galway was born in 1938 in San Francisco, and he now lives in Malibu, California. He has produced a series of best-selling inner game books, to name The Inner Game of Golf, The Inner Game of Skiing, The Inner Game of Music, The Inner Game of Work, and the one which we are going to talk about today and reflect upon today is The Inner Game of Stress. In which he has set forth a new methodology of coaching and for the development of personal and professional excellence in a variety of fields. And in one of his interviews, he also shared that very soon he will be thinking about Inner Game of Life. And I'm really excited about to get that book as soon as it comes. So, as I was preparing for this session, I came across this WhatsApp message, which I thought, let me start my session with. जिंदगी में एक बात तो तय है कि तय कुछ भी नहीं है. I would invite my friends to just chime in and share their thoughts on this.
It's very similar to the often used proverb we use in corporate life, change is the only constant. Very similar to that.
Yeah, change is something which is permanent. Rest, everything is impermanent, that we say.
So it's very similar to that kind of a thing. That nothing, the only thing that is decided is that nothing is decided.
Very true, very true. Chetna ji, any inputs?
Yeah, actually it resonates with the concept of total acceptance, that whatever comes, you accept it as it is, because nothing is permanent, you feel. Many times we stop and we question our destiny, or we go back in our past, think of future instead of being in the present moment, that is now. तो एक बात तो तय है कि तय कुछ भी नहीं है, तो जो हो रहा है, जो हुआ है, वो होगा. Nothing is fixed.
Yeah.
So whatever comes before you at the present moment is the only truth. Accept it and move on.
Yeah. So I think this understanding will help us a lot in the next coming slides to really get into that. How can we play the inner game, right? So that will set the context of this session, right? So a question to all here, is there anything that is sure? क्या कुछ ऐसा है जो तय है?
Yes. The existence of I or myself, that is only one thing which is there. So, and till life is there, we have to accept that, yes, most of the time, we talked about the I part, but we don't know what that I is, who am I, and So I think that existence is the only surety till it is there. And whatever future we can't predict, so we don't have any surety at all.
Prateek, any thoughts on it?
Death is sure, that life will continue is sure.
Okay. Well, what my understanding is that life is not like a chemist shop in which every bottle is labeled and we know what is what. And it is like playing cards. What kind of cards we will get any point of time in our life. But what is sure, if I can help you with this by asking few questions, is that okay? Okay, fine. So what is life actually? How do we define life?
Life as a human, till we are having the breath, जब तक सांस चल रही है तब तक जीवन है. And I'm not talking about life after death or something which connected soul or something. But this body, in this bodily form, till the breath is there, we treat it as life. And once that is gone, then this body form as a life ends. Maybe the soul undergoes different journey. And if we connect life as a part of nature, I think everything has life because all natural forms, they have that living instincts. So if we can treat that as life also, because animals, water, even the sunshine, everything has to some extent some permanence, and then going ahead, it has somewhere it has to stop.
I agree. Prateek, any inputs?
Biologically, life is something where there's still heartbeats and all. Maybe there are some more parameters. But I guess to me, my life is all about my awareness, my consciousness.
Right. So I think if I sum up what Chetna ji said and what Prateek said, Chetna ji said birth and death, right? So this is what we are talking about, right? B is birth and D is death. Prateek, what comes between B and D?
Consciousness, see.
Consciousness, the choice. Right. So if B is birth and D is death, what the time I have in between, how do I spend that time? How do I be with people around me? How much am I conscious? What choices I am making? This is what is sure. I don't know about my birth. I don't know about my death, but yes, the time that I am spending, I have surety about that I can make choices. So this choice is a very, very powerful word. It has a huge potential. Okay, so 3 magical words. It's my choice. This is what we left our last session. We concluded our last session with this slide. That is 3 magical words. It's my choice. And as I was sharing with you that it has a huge potential. Now, when I say I choose, what attitude do you feel in my voice? I choose.
Very positive.
Positive.
Assertive.
Assertive. Well, when I say I choose, it's me deciding. It gives me power and an attitude of power, right? And attitude is everything. Because when I say I have to, what attitude does it reflect?
But I'm not
Coming
willing,
to-
I'm being forced to choose.
Forced to. Okay, Prateek. Yeah.
No, what was the statement you said? I have to do it.
I have to do it. Okay, when I say this, what is the vibe of this? I have to do this.
Yeah, one, but Chetnaji said the other can be, the tone of it depends. One is, one can also say that when they're committed.
I have to do it, right?
Yes.
But when I say I have to do it, like it gives you kind of a victim kind of a feeling, right? Because
Correct.
choosing is giving you power, right?
Right.
So it's my choice to create anything what I want for myself. Whatever I wish to. I read somewhere, if you want to be happy, be. Who stops you? What I want to create for myself, I can. I hope you all agree with this.
Yes.
To customize. Actually, we are living in a very default setting mode. चल रहा है, ऐसा ही होता है, क्या कर सकते हैं, हमारे हाथ में तो कुछ भी नहीं है. This is all kind of a negative self-talk that we do, which is actually S1. Self-1 talking to ourselves, right? And to customize these default settings, reducing the self-1 interferences. How? By counting on my inner resources. What I have within me. Do I have the power? Do I have that incredible power that I would say it's a phenomenal gift that God has given, and believe me, no one can take it from us. And what is that? It's my choice. And when we are talking about this, how would you relate it to the coaching context? Because this has been a pre-read book for our coaching journey. Can we connect the dots here with the coaching journey also?
Yeah, sure. I think it's from coaching journey, it's all about really evoking that awareness within the coachee or client that you also have a choice to exercise. It's not that all your problems are being driven by circumstances, situations. What are those choices that you have thought when exercise? So that bringing that awareness, I think one of the key aspects of a coaching conversation.
Yeah. So when the coachee comes to us, we have experienced in our coaching journey that they are having a self-talk. And that self-talk is about S1, which is coming in their way, which is not letting them access their potential. So it's my choice to create. So the power is with the coachee only. It's as you shared, Prateek, very rightly, that I also agree with this, that, okay, it's their choice to make the decisions, what they want to. Okay, so it's an inside out story. It's an inside out story, honestly. So we have to focus on our inner resources and awareness, as you said, Prateek, awareness, which we bring, evoking awareness with the client so that they are getting connected to what the inner resources they have. Actually, they lose that connection because of so much of S1 coming in their way that they are not able to. So giving that power to them once again, right? Taking that power back from the stressors and making S2 shine. So that is what as coaches we do, right? So author says, one core belief of the inner game is that every person has the wisdom to bypass the frustrations and fears that pull them into negativity of stress. So what comes to your mind when we talk about this statement that comes from the author? Chetna ji?
Yeah, first thing which comes to me is when we are able to address the stress maker and those fears and doubts about self, which actually is affecting our performance as interference. So definitely, if as a coach, I am helping the client to get connected, first of all, to identify that these all are my interferences. Then work on that. So, choose one or two interference which is really restricting that the concerned person. Choose one or two and then come out with their inner strengths. That yes, this the self too. That you be connected with yourself too, and with the help of self too, making it more stronger. Silence the self one. So this reflection actually, after reading this particular section and also going through the video, I could resonate well. But only we are in this journey of being a coach, how to do it, and that we need to focus more upon. But yes, this is true that that internal wisdom everyone has, but they are not able to utilize for bypassing all these fears, frustration, doubts. This evoking awareness to bypass all this as well and identify the strengths. That is the, I think, the main achievement if we are able to do that.
Prateek?
Yeah, so it's continuing. Frustration, fears are all, there's nothing external which creates it. There's same, maybe somebody who is afraid of dog and there's somebody who loves dog. It's the same dog which is creating opposite thoughts in our mind.
Yeah.
It's our mind which is doing. The same with frustration. Somebody may find knocking the same door and very frustrating enough. Somebody may look at it that I'm knocking the same door over and over again, which is giving me a lot of practice. So it's all within us as to how we see. No external scenario causing that. So that realization is, I think, what needs to be done.
Yeah. So same situation, some people survive, others succumb to those situations, the stressful situations. So as rightly you said, Prateek, that very true that we human beings, top of the line species, who have been given such phenomenal gifts, as I was telling you, consciousness, inner resources, right? Power of choice. So I think we all can do it. So what is different from those who survive and those who succumb? It's all about the inner world, because inner world is manageable. You know, we cannot manage the outside world, but we can definitely manage the inner world, right? So the flow of the session would be what we are going to talk about, the inner game learning code act, which is like how to play the inner game. It will help us to understand that how we can play the game. Your tree of stability, and special word here is tree when I talk about, because tree is having something which is seen out also, that is the outer game that when we say, and the roots going down the soil, that is there is something internally also present, which is actually giving the color or the strength that is to the outside world. Build a personal shield. Be the CEO of your life. And the last would be the inner game toolbox. So this is our flow of session for today. So we would like to continue with that. The Inner Game Learning Code Act. If you have to play a game, what will you have to do first is to act. कोई भी गेम खेलने के लिए कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा. We'll have to act. But here, act में A is the awareness, which tells you where you are. Okay. C is the choice that you make, or it tells you where you want to be. And the third one is trust. Trust in your own resources. So when I say awareness, actually, as I shared earlier, and even Chetna ji, you said that it is all about interferences, right? Kitni interferences ho rahe hain, usko decrease karna hai, that is to be decreased. But until and unless I know about them, until and unless I pay attention to them, because till I know what I have to change, there is no point how will I change. First, the focus is to be aware of actually what is the problem or where am I. Generally, we just jump into situation, oh God, itna stress ho raha hai, ye hai, wo hai. But then we don't realize that let us just go to the root of it. Where are we? And then we make choice. And this is what we experience in our coaching sessions also, as I said, that awareness to be brought to the client. More important is trust in your own resources. Now there is S1 also and S2 also. Whom to trust? Whom to trust?
S2, we need to trust, but S1 overtakes.
Right. So I need to trust S2, but I trust S1. And so what do I need to do for that? I need to make choice. Trusting in my inner resources should be my choice. Only then it will be helping me. Let me just share my example with you. Like, I have always felt that I should be a person who is of value to the society. I want to give back to society, right? And for some time, I was not able to decide upon what should I do? What should I do? It was just creating a little bit of stress. And then awareness was that, what is this stress coming from? The stress was coming from because I was not able to make that value work for me, and it's not happening. So then I made a choice that I would be doing coaching. I'll go in for a coaching course. Now, what happened is that trust S1 came into play. I have been a teacher for last 25 years. So there was a judgment coming up. 25 साल से तो पढ़ा रहे हो. All of a sudden, क्या कर लोगे coaching में? Right? There was a doubt. Teaching is altogether a different area, different space. Will you be able to learn that new skill set at this age? But what did I do? I trusted my inner resources. I was hopeful. I was enthusiastic. Then I was sincere and I was committed to what I'll be starting with. So that helped me to come out of it, and that stress was out of the scene. Anyone from you had this kind of experience, you would please love to share. It would be appreciated.
I guess most of us are in a very similar journey also, as we embrace or explore the possibility of moving from certain profession and starting this out. So yeah, I think it has been, I experienced it in many other aspects, especially in recent years. Uh, Things like even driving a conversation like soulful conversation that I drive, I couldn't have imagined it 5 years back that I'm capable of going so deep on that. But it's the inner resources, it's the awareness of self. I think, and the trust on inner resources and awareness, which help myself plunge into it. So it's like awareness is where you are, choice is where you want to be, and trust is the vehicle in between that you use to travel.
Mhm. Yeah. So even the first reflection session when I did, it was the first time I was doing it. And again, I used the same thing because when
Yeah.
I had read the book, I said, why not to apply it to your own self first? I'll do this and let me do it and let me learn, let me enjoy. And PLE triangle, it's a tool in this book itself, which says that when you enjoy doing what you are doing, performance will definitely happen. You need not to worry about that. So, and I hope all of you would agree with me on this, that yes, this code can definitely be cracked by anyone. Do you agree, Prateek?
I think one thing is that you said is when you enjoy or you're passionate, you're more than likely to succeed. That's very important. So plunge into something which you enjoy and like, and the same thing I love that, and hence I plunge into it. So you're likely to succeed. Absolutely.
Any inputs, Chetnaji? Shall we move?
Yeah, actually, many times it has happened. We have taken tough choices. That moment, it really lingers for some time. For example, I also remember then I was moving out from Bangalore to Mumbai, and initially when I joined the bank, I had a lot of fear that I won't be able to survive in Mumbai because Mumbai is a completely different space. So when I was moving from Bangalore there, I was very comfortable with my son and all. I was thinking, having a choice whether I should go. And every time that fear in me that I can't do it, I can't manage, it was overcoming. But later on, when I took a call that I have to go, as you said, and then that choice when I came here, so that thought used to be reminding me that yes, I told you earlier, Mumbai is very tough. Initial when I was settling down, but once after some time, and now when I reflect back now, I find that that was the best decision I took, because after reaching here only, I was able to get better opportunities in my career, uh, even do a lot of things which I was really wanting to do since long, but not able to do because I was not getting those opportunities.
Yeah.
So that is there. It happens most of the time when there is when we are in our comfort zone. The self one is very active, and all those fears, apprehensions, doubts, and everything they will come. But we need to activate ourselves too. That yes, this is a choice, and trust it. I can do it, or I am doing it rather. So it happens, I think, with everyone in their life. When they have to make a tough choice, aware of their strengths, trust their own inner self rather than the voice which is coming from the back.
Yeah. So I can't do it and I can do it. Again, the choice of language that we use for ourselves makes the difference. isn't it? So that
Yes.
gives me the power, and that tells me that, okay, you have it. You have it. So why can't you do it? So that is how it changes, right? Yeah, Gitanjali, please.
Hi, Renu. Interesting conversation. I joined halfway through, so I missed the S1, S2 definition. So forgive me if I am stretching beyond the content of the discussion. But anytime we're thinking about getting out of the comfort zone, I also see a lot of significance in making it play. The playfulness of not taking yourself so seriously is the foundation of growth mindset. So if you're testing and trying, you're like a child, right? So bring your child and play and ask for forgiveness if you do something wrong, because mistakes will happen and will give you that learning curve to go through. So probably, I don't know where it fits, but very interesting conversation. So I just thought of pitching in.
Thank you so much, Gitanjali, for joining, first of all, and for your inputs. And you are very rightly telling that, yeah, we need to be having that getting up and getting down kind of and learning new skills, right? If we could learn walking by getting up when we once fell down, so abhi bhi kyun nahi? Why can't we do that? And why do we want our S1 to be like pulling us down all the time? Very rightly said. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, and please continue to chime in as and when you feel like it's an open space for all of us. Yeah. Okay.
In fact, what Gitanjali said is the very foundation of, I think, the first famous book of the same author, The Inner Game of Tennis. That why a child enjoys walking, learning to walk,
Yeah.
and why we are so stressed learning the game of tennis. Because we have forgotten the playfulness. We are burdening ourselves with this, what others are thinking. What is the image? What if I fail? All these S1s are playing. But for the child, it's just the S2. Falling, that's a pleasure. Getting up is a pleasure. Everybody clapping, that's a pleasure. Enjoyment, always encouragement. Falling, walking. So I think that's the very foundation.
Yeah, I think they are not having those layers of S1 interferences happening there. I think we have covered ourselves with that, and we are so much wanting to be like, okay, doing every time right thing and all that. So it's not necessarily, just enjoy and it will happen, right? The performance will definitely happen. Okay, so before I go on to this, if I can ask, you can think about and share any situation that was a stress button for you, and how did you handle it? Could you handle it? Could you not handle it? So any experience that you can recall.
Actually, many a times we are not that conscious enough that stress is coming and we are getting affected of it, but it becomes a very natural phenomenon. For most of the time it overshadows our thought process for some time. So for example, I'll just narrate in my career itself. There was a break in between, and I was not getting promotions, and despite all my efforts, everything which I was doing. So gradually, first time I failed, I accepted. Second time I failed, again to some extent after a lot of consolation rather to myself, I accepted it. Okay, let's see, we'll try the next time. And third time again, when I failed, third time when I was appearing, then I was under huge stress, which I was earlier not in the first time. First time I was very excited. Yes, I have been doing so well, and I've been recognized for so many achievements. So I cannot fail. That was my, you may say that was the thought process. But third time when I was appearing for the interview, a lot of stress was there, because that again, that self one was very, very active. What if I fail the third time? What if I won't be able to do it? I'm a loser. So all these things, and then so many people who in between these 3 years, they have been asking me, Ki, what is happening to you? Why you are not getting success? You are such a good officer, good resource. So that was there. So that was actually, I remember few days were just like nightmares for me, and it was affecting my health, everything. Then sudden realization came that what I'm thinking of, is it worth of that? Thinking so much of it. Uh, what if I fail again? Life is not going to end, and I'm not working for only for promotions or only for getting career growth or anything or monetary help. So these type of questioning I started doing to myself. And most of the time we also tell our children, think of the worst, what worst can happen to you, and then you will feel a little stress free. So similar thing, I thought that I am an officer, I won't be demoted as a peon. I will still be an officer. My grades will not improve. I will not be getting that monetary benefit which I'm supposed to. That's why then sudden thought came that life is so beautiful, and I'm losing so many things, my health, everything, for these petty issues. It is nothing before life. So why not enjoy the moment and participate it without thinking about the results? So that actually helped me a lot, because to overcome that period, because that time I was not able to consult so many people also. So it was only myself, talking to myself. So all these fears, inhibitions, which we actually treat as stress, goes away if we start questioning ourselves that, yes, what's the purpose in it? What's the meaning behind it? Do we really think need to give so much of time, energy? And with a pause.
Yeah. So, yeah, sorry, Chetanji. So I think I can hear hope. I can hear clarity as your inner resources, which help you to sail through that stressful situation. So we all in our life, we can just imagine this picture of a tree where the inner resources, which are the roots, which are within us, and what all do we have within us. And this is a very small exercise that we all can do, where we label each root with aspects of your life that contribute to your stability. And one thing to always remember, that we should be always pointing towards our focus on some of the things which are internal, because they are stable. External, we cannot count on anything. It's only what we can count on is the internal world, right? And above the tree, we can draw the elements which can shake or threaten it. Just like Chetna ji said that she was not getting promotions, and it was coming in a way of her health also. It was affecting it. So that could shake her. But then she looked into her inner resources, make an assessment that, okay, I have a clarity. So what if this is not happening, but this is affecting my health also, my means my relationships also. And then she could get over it. So this we all can do whenever we have our any encounter with a stressful situation. And I use the word PCR. Call a PCR whenever you have a stressful situation. When we say PCR is like to rescue you, so PCR here is like pause, then choose, and then respond. So generally hum bahut jaldi we just give up, and we don't even realize that we have all these inner resources. Okay. And using these resources, we can build a personal shield. Every time we can imagine, okay, I'm standing with this shield with me, or kuch bhi ho, anything happens in the outside world, what am I having within me that I can fight with this stressor? So this is how I can perceive strength in myself, because I have those inner resources to overcome the situations outside. If you are in an organization, a simple question, which position would you like to be? Gitanjali.
Sorry, come again.
If you have to join an organization, what would be you aspiring for? Like, which position would you go in for?
So I respect a lot, knowing myself really well. I respect a lot of flexibility and independence. Ji hazuri mujhse nahi hoti hai. So if I have to take a decision, I would rather be on the flexibility and freedom side, making my own decisions.
Yeah. Prateek, if you are made the CEO of a company, how do you feel like?
Oh, well, I don't know. Once I get there, I can come back to you on that. And, however, just to draw a clue, my this coaching model presentation, the model was named as CEO.
Acha, okay.
And I took a leaf out of this book to create a CEO model of coaching.
Acha, okay. So when you imagine yourself in that chair of CEO, and the company's name is your life, now how do you feel, Prateek?
So I guess, to be very, very honest, there at times we also in our subconscious want to get driven rather than taking the call. And that's an excuse that we have, that it was because it was like this, hence it happened. If the outcomes are positive because I did it, it's happened. The outcome is negative because it was like this, hence it happened. So I think we have a propensity to not become the CEO of our life quite often, to give ourselves that space of excuse.
Yeah. So
but this book truly, and then specifically when it is talking about buying shares and taking back shares, I think that was really deeply got deeply imprinted in me, in terms of that how nicely it equal to somewhere you have sold those shares in life, and now you feel that they are not adding as much value as shareholders. Why not buy them back? That was a beautiful analogy.
Right. So 6-letter word is choice, and 6-letter word is excuse. So which one we choose again it's our choice, right? So when I say CEO of a company, and it's my life, so how is my company performing? Do I ask myself this question, reflect upon these questions, and I really find out the answers for them? What is my vision? What is my mission? What are my company's short-term goals, long-term goals? And am I investing in this, in the best training of my company? So all these questions, when we think about as a CEO of an organization, and when it comes to life, I think that gives you altogether a different perspective. If I am the CEO, I just used the CEO as C is for chooser, E is for executor, and O is for the owner. I am the owner of this company. I am the chooser, whatever decisions I take, and I am the one who is going to execute it. So as human beings, I think that we all have the power. So if we use that power, what can we do to our lives? How much of transformation we can bring to our life? And if I talk about the same in the coaching context also, What are your thoughts on it?
So I have always taught, not taught, that's not the way. I'm in learning and development space. And I always call each individual as an enterprise in itself. And that's the enterprise leadership model. If you see yourself as an enterprise, you would definitely have your KPIs to achieve. You would have your balance sheet of cost and losses, expenses as well, and you would invest in yourself. So that has been the frame of reference I have used in my own development and also promoting in leadership sessions and coaching sessions as well.
Yeah, really interesting, really interesting. And the balance sheet comes as a very interesting component of it, because we know what credits and what debits that we are making. And I think there only comes the difference. What will be the outcome? So really interesting, Gitanjali. Thank you. Thank you. Prateek, Chetna ji, anything?
Yeah, so CEO of it's I think the whole crux out here is that am I exercising the choices that I have? Whether I feel I have the authority to decide mine instead of leaving it to chance. I think that is what is the crux of this CEO of your life is, because often we leave it to the flow of these situations, and that's why in coaching, as I say, we try to get into the who rather than the what of the issue, and try to create a awareness within the coaching that what actions you are taking, what calls you are taking based on the experiences you are having, instead of saying what is happening.
Yeah. So even the coachee is in the position of a CEO, right? It's about how and what choices is he making, and just again bringing that ACT code, that is awareness and trusting his own potential or the inner resources. And that is what we all can think about in coaching context here. So the innate human abilities that we have, and we can be the CEO, and we are the CEO of our life, to set a purpose and move towards it, to be aware, to know what I really want, to know what is more precious to me, to know what my priorities are, to learn from my choices and choices of others, power to appreciate, feel grateful, joyful, and content. I can decide to make changes with wisdom and clarity. So these are all that we are blessed with. And these all make us the CEO of our life. So do we want to be the CEO, or we just want to leave it to chance? Jo ho raha hai, hone dete hain, even if it comes with a cost, right? So towards the end, in this book, we have a toolbox, the inner game toolbox. How to play, it is fine, but with that, 8 simple, practical, but valuable tools that have been given, which can help us in any situation that we encounter, any challenging circumstance that can act as a stressor. And we can pull out any tool from this toolbox and we can apply it as and when we encounter the situation. And these all tools, they help us to maintain stability. They help us to create shields around us and to be the CEO of our life. So the first one is stop. Stop getting in our own way, where S stands for step back, think, organize my thinking, and then proceed. So these tools are available as and when, because it's just like a supportive system that we have so that any time we feel stressful or any time we have any situation, we can pull out any one of them which we can use. So, but point is that we need to practice, because these are the tools which are helping us to get that skill of, because situations will come every now and then. So we need to practice these tools so that we can become proficient in it and we can just find out its use. So we have being the CEO, the 3 control questions. When I say 3 control questions, it talks about what am I controlling, which I should not be, right? Where can I control, and what I am not controlling, what I should be controlling. So, and in these 3 questions only, you just get actually to the bottom of what the problem is, and control is always something which is inside. You cannot have any control on the outside, right? So, and we spend so much of energy. वो ऐसे क्यों नहीं हो जाते हैं? वो ये क्यों नहीं करते हैं? हमने इनको 4 बार बोला, वो क्यों नहीं? You cannot change other people. You can just have control on your own self. So this is the gist I'm talking about. Trying on a new attitude. I would just share my experience. I had that. I am a perfectionist. Okay, I do whatever I do it with perfection. But in a session with Jaya and peer coaching sessions, I just got a new attitude. Perfection is just a concept. Okay, if it is perfection for you, it may not be perfection for your master or your teacher, right? So, zyada nahi sochne ka hai. Give your best. And this has actually happened with me. So I'm just sharing it with you, trying on a new attitude, because attitude is everything. मैंने total किया, attitude word में जितने alphabets हैं उनका total, where they are, I got it to be 100%. So you can also try. Like A comes at 1, so 1. T comes at 21st number, so 21 plus 21. When you add it on, it gives you 100. Just to add on quickly here. The magic pen. S1 की story लिखो and then write the story by S2 in your mind, and you will get the answers. So many answers that you will get. Transpose. It's like, imagine putting yourself in the other person's shoes and understanding that why are they feeling like that, or what are they thinking. So that also reduces at times many conflicting situations where you get stressed because of the conflict, right? So next is redefine. Maybe there are stereotypes which we can overcome and we can write down in a different way. And the PLE triangle, as I was talking about, that is when we are learning and enjoying, the performance is going to happen. So there shouldn't be any stress if I'm really enjoying what I'm learning. So this is about the toolbox, and this all is available in the book. We can always use it, but yes, it will happen definitely with practice that we are using them again and again in any situation that we encounter. So this was all about the presentation today and the book reflection. Would like to know, did it help you all, and any takeaways from this session?
For me, it was surely a very nice, practical experience after having read the book sometime back. Good revisiting of the book. I heard your session 1 also yesterday, because I knew it is today, so let me listen to it before I come here. So it's a very nice reflection. I think your slides were also very relevant and really extracted the summary very nicely. So great revisiting, because more and more, this book is again something which is not a 1 or 2 time read.
Yeah.
So more we practice, more we discuss, more it settles within us.
Thank you, Pradeep. Thank you so much.
Yeah, for me also, it was a very nice session, and the entire book in such a nicely, briefly you explained some of the concepts also. What we think actually when we attend such reflection sessions, it gets more and more reinforced and validated that yes, what we are thinking about and perceiving about this particular thing is in a similar way, and highly interactive also. So we were also given an opportunity to think and come back. So for me, it was really wonderful, and thanks a lot, ma'am, for this opportunity as
Thank
well.
you, Jitnaji. Thank you so much. Thank you. Gitanjali.
So I loved, I mean, I missed the first half because I joined at 11 a.m. India time, and then I realized, oh, it's 11 a.m. Dubai time. I'm based in Dubai.
Okay.
So I missed the first half. It's very insightful. Most important is the learning from the colleagues and how they see and how they interpret differently. I really appreciate your taking effort to put the slides together and highlight what is significantly coming out to you and then sharing your own learning journey. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all of you for being here with me and just sharing your thoughts on whatever we had thought of discussing in this and reflecting upon for this book, Inner Game of Stress. Thank you so much. It means a lot. That is your presence. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.